So another aspect of rate of change that is going to come up is marginal. So what does the word marginal mean? This is rate of change, derivative, slope. Another word that means the same thing is marginal. So whenever you see the word marginal, what you want to think is derivative. So the marginal anything is the rate of producing one more. Rate of producing one more. So this is a very generic kind of definition. The marginal cost, that's the cost of producing one more item. The marginal revenue is the increase in revenue by producing one more, whatever your item is. So whenever you think marginal, we're really talking about the derivative. Remember, with the derivative, we were always putting it over 1. So marginal anything is just the rate of producing one more. Marginal cost is probably what's going to show up the most. Marginal cost is the rate of, or the cost of producing one more item. So that's what this is. Really, this is just the derivative. So marginal cost is the derivative of cost. Marginal revenue, derivative of revenue. Marginal anything is the derivative. So let's do an example of this. Let's suppose the dollar cost of producing X video cameras is C of X, which is 500X minus 0.0003 X squared plus 10 to the minus 8 X cubed. Okay, let's estimate the marginal cost at the level X equals 5,000. So marginal cost, that's asking what is the what's the cost of producing one more video camera? That's what we're asking here. How we find that is the derivative. So this is the same as saying find the derivative of cost, plug in 5,000. So estimate the marginal cost at this level is saying find the derivative of cost and then plug in our level of 5,000. So let's figure out what is C prime of X. So C prime of X, I'm going to use the power rule. So I'll get 500 minus 0.0006 X plus 3 times 10 to the minus 8 X squared. So the marginal cost at the level of 5,000 says I should plug in 5,000. And if you plug this in, you're going to get something like 497.75. Now what are the units here? Cost is measured in dollars. What was X measured in? That was measured in video cameras. So this is $497.75 per camera. Now in words, what does this mean? This means that each time we produce an extra camera, we can expect it to cost about $497.75. So this says the cost of producing one more camera, remember this is over 1, so one more camera is $497.75 at the production level of 5,000. So when we're producing 5,000 cameras, the cost of producing one more is a little less than 500. Now the cost of producing one more is not always going to be a little less than 500. It depends on what production level you're at. But at this level, we can expect the cost of producing one more to be $497.75. Okay. Part B of this. Let's compare the marginal cost to average cost. And again, this is at the production level of 5,000. So when we're producing 5,000 cameras, we want to compare the average cost of a camera to the marginal cost of a camera. Well, we already found the marginal cost. We said the marginal cost was $497.75. Now let's talk about average cost. What is the average cost? So the average cost of anything is going to be the cost, the total cost, divided by how many of those items did you actually produce. So here we're looking at when x is equal to 5,000. So the average cost of producing 5,000 cameras will be C of 5,000 over 5,000. If you plug this into your calculator, what you're going to get is $498.75. So plug in 5,000 to your equation for C, divide it by 5,000, you'll get $498.75. So when we're producing 5,000 cameras, the average cost is about $1 more than the marginal cost. So remember, marginal is the cost of producing one more camera. Average cost is total cost divided by how many that we produced. So that's how you use marginal anything, is we're talking about the derivative. We're talking about the rate of change, we're talking about how much it'll cost or whatever the units are for one more item.